Even if you have the best emails in the world, it doesn't matter if they always end up in spam and nobody sees them. This isn't just frustrating, it's costing you valuable connections and real money, because nobody is closing deals from the spam folder. But what if I told you that the fate of your emails is more of a science than a shot in the dark? Today I'm going to talk about why your emails keep ending up in spam, and more importantly, how to make it so that they land in the primary inbox instead. So let's get started. And the first thing to understand is how the spam filters actually work. Modern spam filters are actually just big pattern recognition algorithms that are learning from which emails are reported as spam and drawing conclusions from that to identify the next emails and finding commonalities between them. And the data points they use to evaluate if an email is spam or not can be split into 3 different categories: content, reputation, and behavior. So the first one is content, which is what you're actually sending in the emails, in the email body and in the subject line. And one thing to understand first is that mainly the spam filters are there to protect the end users from scams and security threats like phishing, not as much from cold emails. And so the vocabulary that you can often find in those scam or phishing emails will be the most associated to spammy emails and will be the most sensitive to be in the spam folder. In scam, you will often have words of urgency like, okay, click now, or they are offering free stuff, trying to sell you something really, to make you take an action. And this is what's common between sales emails and scam emails. In both cases, people are just trying to convince you, the end user, to take an action and basically sell you something. And that's why some keywords that you would like to use and that seem innocent to you can actually be highly correlated to spam and trigger you into the spam folder. I actually wrote a blog article on this, listing different keywords and expressions that you shouldn't use in your cold emails because they are spam triggering expressions. So I'll put the link in the description, but we can quickly have a look now. Things like money back guarantee, free money, lose weight fast, urgent, buy today, order now, do it today, click here, and not clickbait, no spam guaranteed. All those expressions are highly associated with spam. And so you want to avoid talking about that and talking that way in your own emails. Another thing that is part of the content analysis is if your emails contains HTML. So think of it like anything that isn't just plain text. Pictures, links, any text formatting such as putting text in bold or italic. And again, if you think of it from the security point of view, any emails that contain a link is a potential phishing campaign. Whereas if your email is fully plain text and doesn't contain any link at all or any HTML that can hide information, then it's less risky. And therefore, when you have pictures and links, you have a higher chance of triggering a spam filter than if your email is just plain text. So you should reduce your HTML and anything that is non-text as much as possible and only use it when it makes sense. Obviously, it makes sense sometimes to send links and pictures and all that, and it doesn't put you in the spam folder, but it has to bring something to the conversation, like actually increase your conversions. If you have a way to convey the same message without putting any link or any pictures, then do it, because it will slightly increase your chance of landing in the inbox by making your emails look more secure and less risky from the spam filter point of view. The second thing that they use to evaluate your spamminess is your reputation, which is who is actually sending that email. Email reputation is actually not just a single number attributed to you, but is evaluated at different levels, like IP address or domain. So the IP address is actually the actual address of the server sending the email. And usually you don't have to bother that much about it because it doesn't really belong to you in most cases. One thing to know about email reputation is that it's a big boys league. You can't just enter and send from any IP and hope it will land in the inbox. The big players in the email space actually know each other and trust each other and any stranger will actually have a hard time landing in the inbox. Therefore, if you don't send a large volume of emails, and I'm talking here in the millions, then you're unlikely to be able to send from your own infrastructure. You need to send from someone else's infrastructure, from one of the big boys, such as Google or Microsoft on Outlook. And so you will effectively use their IP. And so it is their IP reputation, which will be good and diluted between everyone using their IP. And so in most cases, you don't really have to bother because you can't really act on anything and you can't do anything to improve that reputation really. Another thing that is attributed to you here is, however, the domain reputation, so website.com. If emails sent from your domain, website.com, are actually bad emails, or if you're sending, let's say, to invalid emails, then it will affect your domain reputation, because the other players in the email space will see you as a non-actor because you are sending bad data out there, and it shows that you can't be trusted. And therefore, you have to build that reputation. And obviously, if you're new, you're by default not trusted and you have to earn it. That's why it can take time to build that reputation over time, and you don't want to lose it. If you have a low reputation on either the IP level or the domain level, then you will directly redirect it to the spam folder, even if your email content is okay. And the third kind of thing they look at is that kind of relates to the previous point, but is user behavior in response to your emails. If your emails consistently get the user to report you as spam, or if they're not interacting with your emails, such as replying to your emails or opening it or putting it as important, it may affect your reputation, or at least it just shows that you're sending content that isn't interesting to the audience, and therefore it can affect your tendency to land in the primary or in the spam folder. And here again, there is no gold number standard or threshold that you need to reach. You just need to look like a good emails, because basically you don't want to be different than the good emails. You want to be like a good email and generate the same kind of response from a good email. And if you deviate from that, then start looking like the emails that are reported as spam, then maybe you're a spammy email as well. So that is why your emails are landing in spam. But now let's see how you can make them land in the inbox instead. The first thing that you should absolutely set up is email authentication. Those are DNS records called SPF and DKIM and DMARC that you should absolutely look into set it up. There is plenty of tutorials on Google on how to set it up for your specific email provider, but this is a must-have for emails because, again, the main thing that is important for the email providers is security. And basically what those records do is preventing anyone from spoofing your email identity and sending emails as if they were you when they're not. And so a lot of scams are happening due to poorly authenticated emails. So this is a very important factor into email spamminess. The second thing you want to do is keep an eye on your bounce rate. As I mentioned in the email reputation side, if you're sending emails to invalid emails, then it's affecting your email reputation down. You should keep your email list as clean as possible so that you're not sending emails to addresses that doesn't exist. That's actually why I built Findymail for the cold email space. So if you want a high quality data provider that only provides verified emails with a low bounce rate, definitely check it out. I will put the link in the description. And you can also verify an existing lead list if you already have emails that you want to verify. Another thing you can do to improve your email reputation is put your email in a warm-up pool. So to warm up your email means that you will connect to other emails and exchange with other email addresses automatically and increase the volume of emails getting sent every day gradually. So the first day you will send 1 email, second day 2 email, etc. up to the volume you would like. which is like maybe 20-25 a day. What this does is basically build your reputation over time, because the email providers will see that you are sending emails regularly at a normal frequency and that nobody is reporting it as spam. You will slowly earn a good reputation. Many different tools can provide such services. Just look up email warm-up on Google and you will find plenty to suit your needs. And finally, the most obvious tip is to actually be sending relevant emails to people that will happily engage with them. So make sure that you are not spammy, and you know spam when you look at one. So you know if you're spamming people and if they need to react positively to your emails. If you only get negative responses, then you're likely to land in spam, if not today, then tomorrow. So really put some work into personalization, relevance, and make sure that the emails you're sending are actually relevant to the people that will receive it. Keep an eye on things like reply rate and positive reply rate to make sure that the people are engaging with your emails and are engaging positively with it, which is a good signal to the email provider that you're sending valuable emails. Therefore, the better your reply rate will be, the most likely you won't end up in spam anytime soon. And on top of that, you will actually also make more money, because not landing in spam is obviously one thing, but in the end what we want is sending things so that people buy from us. So that's it for this video. Hopefully that has been helpful to you. And again, if you want a high quality email data provider and you're looking for emails that aren't invalid and won't make you land in spam like we described in this video, then definitely check out Findymail, because this is what we do. So click the first link in the description to check us out. And if you want to learn more about the best email verification tool for enterprise companies, then click on the video on the screen. And if you want to learn more about B2B email prospecting in general, then don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and check out our next video, and I'll see you there.